And welcome to the Podcast Playground, where podcasters come to play. Today, my guest is no other than Eddie Hill. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Thank you.
Man, let me give y'all a little brief rundown of Mr. Hill here. Mr. Hill, I met through a mutual acquaintance, and I found out that you were building sets.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just like this set. I'm talking about like sets that people know of, but don't realize they know of it.
Right.
So you do that background work that's in the foreground that they don't even realize they do.
Right.
So what kind of got you started in that?
So at the time, Tamara, we were just friends, she asked me if I could build a stage set. And I said, I don't know, but I'll figure it out.
So that's what drove you down that street, the ability to want to figure it out?
Yeah.
You know what? I got that same bug.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, this set done been through many iterations from 3
Right.
black curtains to this.
See?
So I could commend you. So during that process, kind of paint the picture of your journey through that.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Let's see. So at the time, Tamara had a person that was building her sets, but he was leaving. So he was just kind of like, I'm getting ready to transition. Actually, he was going into the military. And so it was like that person and that had that specific skill set was basically going to be gone. So it was like we were friends, been friends for a long time. And so us being friends, she had asked me, say, hey, can you build the stage sets? And it was kind of talking about what she needed. And I said, well, I'll figure it out. And that was really it. But I did have just some small experience woodworking. And the biggest thing that I had ever built beyond the stage set was, at the time, was a woodworking table.
Look, man,
Right.
strange things happen.
Yeah.
It all boils down to if it's meant to be and the faith is there,
Right.
you're going to accomplish it.
Yeah, that's it. And it, just to add to that, I think about, at the time, I didn't think about the vastness and everything that I would have to, that was all involved. But it's a word called self-efficacy, which is a psychology term. And it's you or a person looking at their capacity and believing in themselves that they could do a certain thing. Mm-hmm. And I was just crazy enough to just have that kind of belief in myself that I could do whatever I kind of put my hands to. And sure enough, when I took on that role, I was able to build a stage set, but not only just build it, but build it in such a way that there was no mishaps. I've seen sets that's been put together and they fall down, they collapse. And then you think of putting in a door, for example, and you have actors going in and out of a door and having that stability. So all I can do is just really give glory to God, because he downloaded all of that information in me, which I didn't even know at the time. But I was just, as Tamara said, a vessel that was willing to be used in that capacity. And then when I look back at it, I was like, wow, that came out of me? Really, it was that. So from building the set, even before building the set, it was painting.
No, go.
Yeah, well, being able to paint the walls. And it was definitely trial and error, but understanding like, hey, maybe I need to put primer on this wall, because I was just slapping paint in the beginning, just doing things, but eventually it all came together. And I was able to put together something that I can say that I'm proud of even to this day.
Man, like I said, you're the first set builder, designer that I've ran across. And hopefully on this show, I'll run across many more, because like I said, that's a skill that people don't realize. It helps make what people see.
Right.
And then the more you know about it, the more it helps tell the story.
For sure.
Because you got to think in your mind what the scene's supposed to look like and then go build that.
Yeah.
And that's no small feat. Even for a stage play, that's still not a small feat.
It's not.
I mean, we went to the Alhambra for the first time ever because of our neighbors. Right. And to watch them move around the set, that's insane.
It is.
It takes a lot of people, and it takes a lot of skill to design the set to where you can have people on it and be able to move it around, switch it out, bring in the next one,
Yep.
and make it flow
Right.
to where there's no downfalls in there in the set.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're 100%. I found that there was something that I really enjoyed. I didn't know it, but after I really got started and was able to create something, but not only just create something, to take somebody else's vision and then add your creativity to it and then develop and build this thing and then it function the way that that my wife, the writer director, wants. That was paramount for me. That gave me a lot of pleasure and a lot of joy. And then have the ability to, like, well, if something didn't look right or wasn't painted right or whatever, she would say, "Oh, I don't care for that," and be able to kind of like wipe the slate clean and then start over from scratch. And have that capacity to be able to do that.
To be able to tell that story and fit that vision.
Exactly, exactly.
Man, like I said, I think that that's an art
Yeah,
because it's not something that just anybody can do.
yeah,
Can you learn to do it? I'm pretty sure you can over time,
right.
but it's nothing that most people are just going to say, tomorrow I'm going to go build sets.
Yeah,
It's going to take training. It's going to
exactly.
take somebody with the experience already to want to hopefully mentor you.
Right.
And I mean, you picked it up out of necessity. Plus, I mean, it was a win-win.
Yeah.
You got the set and you got the lady.
That's right.
you
Yeah,
you won in both aspects.
that's right. That's right. That's funny. That's good. Yeah.
So check mark, check mark. You got all three boxes checked. You
Right.
got Jesus, you got
Yeah.
the set design, and you got the wife. You got all three parts.
I got all three.
So
That's right.
with that being said, looking forward,
Hmm.
because now you oversee people designing the sets.
Yeah.
Kind of take me through that journey.
Overseeing a crew now is a different, definitely a different position to be in because I still have that drive to where I want to do. And some things, like for me, it was just an innate thing in me to see something, and it was just I had a knowing. And sometimes when you still have that drive to be able to try to communicate certain things to people, and you leave it in their hands to do it, it could be a little bothersome. It's like I still want to jump in and do, and which is fine, but so it's just a different position in space now. But all in all, I enjoy it. It's great work to be able to express yourself and creatively in a different way. And really, that's what it is. It comes from a space of creativity. And I was going to add to this too, as we were kind of talking about naming these titles. And for me, there were many hats, and I didn't realize that until I got involved. Because not only did I, like, I'll give you this. So, for example, if you go to a big production, they have someone that picks out the wood. They go and shop for the materials
Hmm.
to get the right things. The other is that you have a group that not only gets the materials, but then they load the materials up, and it's a certain way that things has to be done, and have a structure and an order to it. And then it goes to, once the things are there and you paint it, and then when you construct it, you have to make sure that it's sturdy. It's like you have to practice on how this construction is going to sit in a certain space. So even before a production goes on, somebody has to go to the location, measure the stage, because that one set is not going to fit on every stage.
Right.
So you have to make adjustments. And so when you look at all, and then even the logistics of it, loading up on the truck, make sure things are tied down a certain way, and then driving the vehicle to the location. So it's a lot of footwork. It's a lot of intricate things that you just absolutely have to do. But then more so than all, even in the production, you have a person that's looking at safety, making sure that nothing doesn't fall down on anyone, making sure that there's not things that a person can hurt themselves on, because you'll be liable for it. So just having that forethought, and I'm speaking to anybody that wants to get into that particular field. These are all things that you have to think about. Having a level of mathematics to know, okay, if the stage is this big, and if I make it this big, will the stage eat the stage setup? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it dwarfed the setup.
Right, and then going back and forth with the director, and she has in her mind the blocking part. Blocking is like how the actors are going to go in and out, how they're going to move on the stage, and to be able to
Interact with
design
your
it,
set.
yeah, and stretch things out or whatever the case. So there's a lot of things that go into to that side of the production, and it's one of those things too is behind the scenes, and that's I guess another thing. If you're the type of person you don't mind being behind the scenes, because I don't definitely have to be that person that has that wants to be in the forefront, but to be able to sit in the back and develop and do and then be fine with that. So, but I guess that's part of just a person's character or whatever. But
But I think it falls under every job is important because if even if one of those jobs is not done,
right,
it brings other stuff to a halt.
right,
So
exactly.
it's being okay with knowing your level of acceptance
Yeah,
and working within that
it is. Yeah, and staying in your lane,
drastically.
staying in your lane, and that's those are some of the things that is probably talked about on most production sets. Although you may see something sometimes, and a director, her vision, the it's interesting thing about a director, especially my wife, her being a writer and director, when she gets the vision and what she wants, that's always at the forefront. So as a person, kind of like as a support, you have to be willing to be able to move with the person that you're working with
You have to have
because
that level of flexibility.
you have to have that flexibility, right? 100%. So, those are just some of the key things, and some things you just won't know until you get into it, and then you begin to learn.
Yeah, because I guarantee you probably never thought one day, you know what, I'm gonna be set designer. Like you
Right.
said, you took you you went from designing a table
Right.
to design a whole sets.
Yeah.
I mean, stranger things has happened.
Right.
I mean, I went from building speaker boxes to working in IT.
See.
Totally opposite.
Right. Right.
So, I totally get it. You're not where you're at. You're where you're deciding to go.
That's it. That's it.
So I understand you got an app.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. It's Hidden Gem Entertainment. You can find that app. You'll know it by the red diamond, and you can find
Like
it
what's
on.
on your chest?
There you go.
Y'all
It
seen
is.
it here first. Y'all seen it here. Don't play with it.
That's right. And it fits his name as Hidden Gem. And really, from our experience, Tamara and I, we decided to do this because we have kind of gone through, fallen in some of the pitfalls where, like she had said earlier, about people using or taking your content or want to control it, and then not only control it but take from it. So we wanted to offer something to other creatives that have a vision, that have things that they want to put up. That's excellent, mind you, excellent work, but don't want all of their creativity taken from them. And unfortunately, we're in a generation and a time where those kind of things are out there. There are sharks out there that see they can spot talent, and but they will grab up the talented people and absorb and take that person's talent and use their gift and whatever the case for their benefit. And then the person that's left with the talent, they're often not happy. They're not satisfied with the things that's happened. And we're tired of, in some ways, just seeing
People getting taken advantage of.
yeah, people not getting taken advantage of. So we wanted to offer something that's different, and people would be happy and satisfied with being able to put their stuff on a platform where they can grow. We all grow together.
And I mean, that's
So
kind of what it's about. It's about networking and
yeah,
realizing that you're not going to be taken advantage of
right,
because, like you said, when you starting out, there's sharks in the water that
right,
smell the fact that you're brand new,
yeah,
and then they want to take advantage of it because they see the potential in what you've done.
got it.
And then once they see that, they're like, you know what? He don't know no better. She don't
Yeah,
know no better. Here, sign this.
that's it. That's exactly
So
it.
I commend y'all on setting up a platform where people who put true hard work in can actually get their piece of the pie
Right,
and also grow from it
exactly.
because it's a symbiotic relationship. I mean, they're on the platform to grow. So if they're out there growing, that means they're making more content
Right,
and they're bringing that content back home to you guys.
right,
And they're still growing because now they have more content,
right.
which means it keeps regenerating itself.
That's it.
So kudos.
Yeah. So, to any of you creatives, you have excellent content. mind you, it's emphasis on excellent,
Excellent.
content.
Yeah.
And you want it to go into a safe place or a safe platform where it could go out to the world. Hidden Gem, we are, in fact, we are across the globe now. We get people watching from all across different countries. So it's full of movies, documentaries, you name it. So this is what we're trying to do. And as it reaches its name, it's a hidden gem. There's value in all of us. So if you're a person of value, you can bring your excellent content to our platform.
Yeah. You got excellent content. I'm just gonna tell y'all now. Don't bring that stuff where one person is half dark
Right.
and the other half is out of focus.
Right.
Don't bring that.
There's no excuse. Technology has changed.
Yes, technology has changed. Grow with it.
That's right.
So once again, thank you for coming. Thank you for being on the show, because you add, with what you've been doing and what you've done, you add a different layer and a different page to this book on the playground, that somebody out there designs sets or somebody out there is thinking about doing it.
Yeah,
They got a glimpse into it.
that's for sure.
So thank you for coming, Eddie. I
It's
appreciate
my
it.
pleasure. And thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Hey, anytime. This playground is wide open. Y'all are
Right.
more than welcome to come back and play.
Thank you.
And with that being said, do you want to tell them about where they can find any of your social media, where they can follow you?
Oh, absolutely. Just Google Hidden Gem Entertainment TV. In fact, it's available on all platforms, your iPhone, Android, smart TVs, Roku, Apple TV, and so it'll all come up. Just type it in and you'll know us by the red diamond.
All right. And with that being said, once again, thank you for joining us on the playground. Now go play.